Hi guys, so this is my very first video. I know I look a little crazy. I just did one eye. I didn't want to take so much time as to doing both eyes, so this is what I'm going to be doing for you today. Looks a little crazy. Don't mind the TV either. I'm watching Ancient Aliens while I was doing this. So I'm going to show you how to do my eyebrows, my eyeshadow, and my whole face basically. So for my eyebrows, I always carve them out. I always shape them before I start filling them in, and I use GlamOFlauge, it's from Walmart, concealer. So I just take a little bit on my concealer brush, which looks like this, and I just shape them out, basically my natural eyebrow. Like that. Then I always use a dark brown eyeshadow to just kind of fill them in right here. So I just use this brush with some dark brown eyeshadow on it. I just fill in the insides right here. I don't really take it throughout the whole eyebrow. Then to fill them in, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in the color Granite. This pencil is amazing. I've used tons of other eyebrow pencils and they're always really oily and start coming off throughout the day, but this one actually lasts all throughout the day and it seriously amazed me. I just do really light strokes right here in the front because I don't want it to be too thick and dark. I've heard a lot of good things about this brand though, and I really want to try their gels. Now my eyebrow doesn't have much of an arch, just kind of weird round. It has a weird roundness to it, so I always add the arch. Just be really gentle though with it because you don't want it to look absolutely crazy. Just have to fix the concealer a little bit. As you see right there, just add the arch. And don't worry if you kind of mess up on the bottom or even the top because the concealer will fix it after you carve it out. So then I take the same concealer brush and I just carve out any weird pencil marks that got down there. And right here in the corner I always raise my eyebrows because I like my eyebrows to go straight. Alright, see why I already did one eye for you guys? Because it takes forever. Eyebrows are the most time consuming though, I have to say. That's why I always do them first. I do them before I even do my foundation. I don't know why I do it like that. It's just the way I like to do it. Then I just pull the concealer out and rub it in. There's no little gunky parts up there. And I don't wax my eyebrows. I actually just use a little razor like this, and I shave them. Waxing terrifies me, I'm not even gonna lie. Just fix them a little bit if you feel it's necessary. Okay, so that's my eyebrows. Pretty simple, but it does take a couple minutes. Moving on to eyeshadow. Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It's just the neutral one. I love this. It's amazing. My eyeshadow always creases in the middle of the day, but honestly, I work 11-hour days. My eyeshadow will not crease. Even when I get home at night, it's not creased. Amazing. So I just use about that much. And I put it on my eyelid, my whole eyelid, up to where the concealer meets from the eyebrows. And I make sure I raise my eyebrow so it can dry without having any creases in it. And I even put it on the underneath a little bit, because I will put eyeshadow and concealer underneath there. And then just pat it on. I don't always like to smear stuff because it makes it come off a little bit more. Okay, so for the lid, I have this fun little Too Faced palette. I got it for Christmas. It's super cute. It's the Rock and Roll one. For the lid, I'm going to use this one right here, the classic New Wave. It's a really faint pink kind of sparkly color. I'm not one for sparkles, but this one actually doesn't come out too glittery. It's just a little shimmery. So I use this brush, pack it on the eyelid. Okay, so for a transition color, this is a NYX Nude Matte color. I honestly don't know which color it is. It doesn't say, but it's a really faint pink color as well. It's almost the same color as what I just put on my lid, but no sparkles. It's a matte color. NYX is an awesome line. I love them. They're drugstore prices, but the only place I know that sells it is Ulta. I know in a couple other states there's some other stores that sell NYX, but I don't know. Here in Colorado, the only place I know of is Ulta. So I literally just put it on this little brush right here, and I put it above my crease. I don't really put it in my crease. Nothing too crazy. I might even drag it out a little bit because I love cat eyes. So next, I'm going to take this crease blender brush. It's from Too Faced. And I'm going to take this color from NYX. It's a nude matte as well. It's pretty purple. It's really dark purple. I'm more for nudes than I am for any colors. I have green eyes, so I feel like colors make me look like a clown. Just going to take it on my brush like that. And I'm going to put this in my crease. Very lightly. Be careful not to make any harsh lines. I like to point my brush up a little bit too. Helps with the blending. I drag it all the way into the, almost to the corner of my eye, to about right there. I just like the color to take my whole lid. Okay. Blend it out as best as you can. Next, I'm going to take the same brush that I used to fill in the beginning of my eyebrow with, and I'm going to take another NYX color. It's just a little bit darker. It's like a brownish purple color. This one's called Own the Night, and I just take it on the end of that brush and put it directly in your crease. I like to make a line and then kind of fill it up. I always start lightly. I never go in with too much eyeshadow, because if you start lightly, you can build it. If you go in with too much eyeshadow, it might look a little crazy, so just be careful. No harsh strokes, just really light ones. Take the same brush as you did the transition color with. Don't even add any shadow to it at all. And just blend it out. Just like that. I add the same color on my lid. I just add it again. Do the same thing, just to make it a little bit more prominent. I use NYX Liquid Black. I have never found any other eyeliner that I love as much as this. I only use liquid liner. I've never actually tried a gel liner, so I'm not sure about that, but NYX Liquid Liner is amazing. If you notice, I use a lot of NYX products. It's really black and it doesn't come out shiny like some eyeliners do. I hate that. So for my eyeliner, I always start in the middle and go out, right along my lash line as well. And then I go at the very corner of my eye, and I follow my eyeshadow. Then I take it through to the bottom of my corner, like you can see right there, and I literally just follow it right along my lash line. I don't make it very thick in the corner because you can make it as thick as you want on the end, but as long as it's thinner on the corner, it's not too bad. As close as you can to your lash line. Just like that. Ta-da! And after I put my lashes on, I usually go back and change it up a little bit, because I always recover my lash line after I put lashes on with eyeliner. This brush right here, it's from Sephora. It's a rounded smudge brush. And I take this color from an Urban Decay palette. Got this one for Christmas as well. Pretty cute. But I take this color Oil Slick, the black one. It's like a black shimmery color. I just do it a couple dabs. And I put it right there in the corner. And drag it up. And smudge it out. Blending is your best friend when it comes to eyeshadow. If you don't blend, then it won't come out right. drag it up a little bit. It's okay if it gets over the eyeliner. Then I'll just take this crease brush and blend it a little bit more. Bring it up a little bit more if you feel the need to. Okay. I take this little guy. I don't know what kind of brush he is. Doesn't even say a name on it. It's just an old brush that I've had. And I use the Day color right there. It's called Rockabilly. I just put it in my underneath my eyebrow, sorry. And I follow it. I just got some new lashes. They're the Ardell Double Up 204 black. They're too long for my lashes, so I always cut like not even half an inch off each end of it. I try different mascaras all the time. Some that I'm okay with, some that I really like, but I actually just got this Urban Decay Lush Lash Mascara, and it works amazing. I always put mascara on before I do my eyelashes. I put on a little bit after I do my eyelashes just to kind of seal them together, but I used to put on mascara after I do my eyelashes, and my eyelashes would just get ruined after about 5 uses. It's just a quick coat. It doesn't need to be perfect. Now for the eyelashes. If you don't know how to put lashes on, it is really hard to learn, but once you get the hang of it, it's so freaking easy. So, I'm really careful with the lash glue. I don't like putting too much on. I use Ardell Lash Grip. You can buy it at Sally's. That's where I usually get most of them at, but just line it. If you put too much on, that's okay. And I double it on the ends because the ends like to pop up on me. And I let them dry for a second. I don't put them on right after I put the glue on because they won't stick, or it'll take too long for them to stick, and it's just really... Sorry, I had an itch on my nose. I wasn't picking it, I swear. So I angle them up. Just like that. Make sure you push them up against your lashes, your natural lashes. And especially push on them in the corner. Because like I said, the corners like to lift. Very stupid all the time. Ta-da! After that, take this black liner and just go over it again. Go over all of it. Because I like my eyeliner as black as my soul. Next is for my face. For my face, I use the Brightening and Tightening Urban Decay Complexion Primer Potion. Love Urban Decay, anything Urban Decay. I put it all over my face. And I usually put it on before I do the eyeshadow, but I wanted to show you guys. This turns pretty red too after I put product on it like this. And I have really super oily skin. So I've actually been thinking about switching foundations. Right now I use Lock-It Tattoo Foundation from Kat Von D. I use the color Light 45, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. But my skin is really oily, and I noticed that after about half a day, this starts fading off. It doesn't really want to stick with my oily skin, so I've actually been thinking about switching to powder foundation and seeing how that works for my skin. Foundation, I just take this fancy little brush right here, and I try not to use too much of that foundation, but sometimes I go a little overboard. It's just so thick. You'll see once I'm done, after looking at my skin this whole time, how thick it is, because it really covers everything. And make sure you bring it onto your neck. Even if the foundation does match your skin, I always bring it down my neck. I always pull my hair back, get these little spots right here. Around my piercings is a little tricky because you're not really supposed to put makeup in piercings, but I do. Sorry. On the forehead. Okay, so next is the concealer. I used to put concealer on a lot of areas of my face, but I recently stopped when I started using this Lock-It foundation because it's not necessary with this. It's a really, really heavy foundation, so it almost acts as a concealer. So concealer. Like I showed you before, I use this GlamOFlauge Hard Candy Concealer. It's from Walmart. I was broke and I needed concealer really bad, so this is what I got. I usually use the NYX concealer, which I actually love, and I need to go buy some. I've just been pretty lazy with it. So, I take this concealer brush. You can use any concealer brush, and I just put a little dab on it. And I make like a triangle underneath. You can put a little bit more if you need to. A triangle underneath your eyes. Like this. You can see it. And the same with the other side. Unless I have any pimples or crazy breakouts, I don't put concealer anywhere else on my face. I used to, but I love looking like a cake face, but it was just too much at one point. So by this point, I just kind of rub it in. Make sure you get as close. I get as close to my waterline, I guess, as you can get. You can always use. I have this little pointy concealer brush and get right in the corner right there, right along that line. One thing with liquid concealer is to make sure that you put powder over it to lock it in, because it is liquid. It's going to smear all over the place throughout the day, especially if you have long days like I do when you work all day. It's really good to lock it in with some powder. Okay, so that's it for concealer. If you want to put it on other parts of your face to use as a contour, go for it. It's up to you, but I already wear so much makeup as it is, I don't feel it's necessary. So for the powder, sorry this is taking so long. This is how long it takes me to do my makeup, and I only did one eye for you guys. I use the Urban Decay De-Slick Mattifying Powder. It's just a translucent powder. I really get it underneath my eyes, because that's where it seems to crease up the most, my concealer, my makeup. I just pat it on there. Try not to smear it or smudge it. I usually do a shadow that I used in my crease area. So today I'm actually thinking about using the black. So I'm just going to take the same brush I used to smudge the black on. Oops. This one, the Sephora one. I'm just going to take one dab. Too much might be crazy. And I just do it where the eyeliner starts and lightly drag it in. Like that. Contouring, I use Maybelline Dream Wonder. I've been wanting to get new bronzer, but again, I've been lazy. This color's medium buff. And I just use this brush right here. It's e.l.f. Professional Bronzing Brush, it says. I just start right here. I literally go along the underneath of my cheekbone to where it's hollow. I drag it up, bring it in, get some more, do tops, bring it down the side, blend, 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 blend. You can make it as harsh or light as you want to, but I really like harsh contouring. Which is just a simple way to contour. There's also liquid products to use to contour. And by the way, guys, I used an iPad to record this whole time, so that's why it's not perfect. And then I do the bottoms right here. Bring it down. Other side. Bring it down just to blend it. And then I also do the sides of my nose, just a little bit, just to add some color in the middle of my face. And that's pretty simple. Just use this little brush right here. Blend it out. If you feel like anything looks straight, like a straight line, harsh lines, anything like that, just blend it. That's all you gotta do. Blend, 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 blend. And then for blush, I use this Clinique Peony Blend, number 11. And I use a little round brush like this on the apples of my cheek and along my bronzer. Just blend it in. I don't like too much blush. Already got kind of a red face. Okay. Lips. I use this NYX. This is my go-to for everything. I use this every single day. This is my absolute favorite. It's SPL 860 Peekaboo Neutral. It's like this really pretty brown kind of pink color. But I overline my lips. That's one thing that I definitely do. And I fill them in with the lip liner. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys are interested in, like my hair, which looks crazy, let me know on my Instagram. I'm sure a lot of my Instagram followers will be watching this, so I hope you guys liked it. This was my first video, so cut me a little slack here, okay? Thanks, guys.